Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Miss Mansura MPD as course lecture seminar proposal. Okay, now I want to present my thesis proposal. Um, and the title analysis of student perception on the application of audio communication media as part of teaching speaking. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Robbi by NPM 200 2020 41 English Education Program, Department of Language Art Education, Hamzah Madi University 2024. Okay, next slide, chapter 1, introduction. Okay, there is an introduction which is the background to the problem. Here I thought that the problem is student and teacher language English Junior High School, Terara 11 Ridge, Lombok Timur, Nusa Tenggara Barat. Okay, well, here students said that there was a lot of learning media used in the learning process at the school, and then the teacher explained that learning English still using books media. Meanwhile, it is very difficult for the student to express themselves speaking skills English in the learning process. Okay. Next, for the solution, your application of audio communication media of teaching speaking skill on 11 grade junior high school, Semen 3 Terara Lombok Timur, Nusa Tenggara Barat. Okay, so next slide, uh, number number 3. Okay, here still discuss about chapter 1, introduction. We did discuss problem formulation on of the problem. Sorry. Wait. Formula, formulation of the problem. Okay. First here I is the problem formulation. Here I take the first is how effective is the use of audio communication media in improving student speaking skill English. And the second is how student system of learning outcomes deliver audio communication media in learning which English speaking skills. Okay, for okay, well then, for the purpose or objective, the first is to find out whether the use of audio communication media is effective in improving student speaking skill in the English language they are studying. Okay, the second is to determine student perception of learning outcomes before of audio communication media in learning English speaking skill. Okay, chapter 2, next slide. Okay, chapter 2, there are literature. Then in the chapter 3, 2, literature, here there are 4 points, namely specific objectives from the literature on teaching speaking. Then the second point is general objectives, and the third point is relevant study, and the last is speaking skill. Okay, so let's discuss the first that is specific object of literature on teaching speaking, which can include the following. The first is provide the theoretical understanding, and the second is present effective teaching strategies, and the third introduction materials and research, and The fourth is explore previous context of speaking teaching. And number five, encourage effective assessment. And the sixth is increase inner self-confidence in speaking. Okay, that is for the point, the first point. Okay, next is the second point is general purpose. Okay, in this point, the general purpose is to provide guidance, insight, and information needed for how to select teacher to improve an effective and trusted approach. Okay, kemudian next slide. The third point is about relevant. Here, Putri Ros Sapinda Nabila and Bita Dwi Rahmani from University Student Muhammadiyah. Student perception audios of video recording to improve their speaking core the challenge. Okay, why I did I take research from Putri Ros and Devi Rahmani because their research speaking skill there same as the title I choose. Okay, next point number five. Okay, speaking skill Ibrahim. Speaking skill ya. Speaking skill. Uh, Ibrahim 2007 one explained that speaking is complex mental process and for the type skills. While Brown 2001 9 Arcas, the speaking is not single skill but speaking skill an interactive process involving meaning that in post production repetition and processing information. So that the picture in chapter 2. Okay, next slide. The chapter. Okay, the last chapter. Uh, this is about methodology. Okay, this is methodology that I use. First, I use qualitative research and the page and time for the research in this event semester. Then the page in the classroom, then the school and the library. Then for the research subject, namely this number of participant of student in 11th grade and English teacher in 11th grade. Okay, then there is data collecting. Okay, the first is instrument research, interview instrument or list of questions. Okay, the second learning outcomes, and the third is documentation. Then the data collection technique is to obtain this data. Research use interview, documentation, and observation method. And the last written is analysis data. Is the first is reduction data, then the second is display data or data presentation, and the third is drawing conclusion. Okay.